So, Ursula von der Leyen moest ihre Chat-Nachrichten mit Albert Bourla, der Chef von Pfizer, überhändigen. Ja, das muss sie freigeben. Aber sie meint, diese Chat-Nachrichten sind zufällig auch schon gelöscht worden. Ist weg. Was können wir machen? Weißt, das ist mal die Anfang. Aber weißt, diese Frau wird nichts passieren. Sie darf alles machen. So geht es immer eigentlich. Weißt, so geht es eigentlich immer. Es sind Regeln für uns, aber keine Regeln für die Leute, die meinen, dass sie unsere Herrscher sind. And that is a giant problem. People, it's Friday, finally Friday. I've been gone all week. It's now the 16th of May, 2025, 9:30 in the morning here in Germany. This is the Insanity Report for today. And yes, Ursula von der Leyen is under investigation for corruption for at least the second time in her career. Because let's remember, she was when she was the Minister of Defense here in Germany, a CDU party member who claims to be center right. She also was involved in nepotism, which means she was letting her family get nice jobs, cushy jobs within the government. There was a lot of questions of where the money was going. She blamed everything on her subordinates, so the people under her. She was like, no, that's not my fault. The people under me did it without my knowledge, and she's the boss. So like in a company, right? In a company, it works like this. If you're the people under you are doing things to destroy the company, it's your fault as the boss that you allowed them to get away with that because you were not paying close enough attention to what they were doing, right? So they're going to blame you. You're gone. But of course, in the world of woke politics, the people that fail the most, they fail up. So they get promoted. They don't get fired. It's like the completely upside down world from where we live, right? Ursula von der Leyen is already a disgraced, probably corrupt Minister of Defense. Of course, she got away with it, whatever. There was not enough evidence. And of course, these people have their cronies to protect them. And instead of having to step down, getting fired, getting removed, she gets promoted to the boss of Europe, right? A boss that is not elected by the people in a body that is not really, it's elected by the people, the body is, but we have no control over what they do. And they basically have taken upon themselves to be the Europe government. They decide policy for Germany, for Holland, for Italy, for everybody. And it's turned out to be a giant clusterfuck, right? It's turned out to be a giant mistake. It is not working at all. Not this way. And we all know it. Yet everybody's clinging to Europe and the EU like this big, we need it. For what? You know what I'm saying? We can free trade with each other as countries without the EU bureaucratizing every single move we make. We don't really need the EU. It's bullshit. They need the EU. The politicians need the EU so they can hide behind all of their decisions that the people don't like. They can say, well, sorry, guys, the EU made us do it. So, yeah, I mean, it's total bullshit. And Ursula von der Leyen, an already investigated for corruption failure, has failed upwards to the top position in Europe. Wow, that's amazing. I wonder if I crash my truck 4 times a year and the boss has to put an investigation on me because I might be, stealing products out of the truck when I haul them. I wonder if he's going to promote me to like vice CEO or, second in command to the company. I think maybe I'll try that. I think that probably will work. I mean, that sounds like a good deal. But no, of course that's not going to work, right? Because in the real world, where people have to deal with reality, you can't do those kind of things and get promoted. It doesn't work that way. It only works that way in La La Land, where Ursula von der Leyen lives. So she had an affair with the Pfizer, the shots, the so-called vaccines for COVID, right? She ordered 1.8 billion vaccines for the price of 35 billion euro. And she made these deals over text message with the CEO of Pfizer, right? And when she was asked to reveal the text messages, she said no, she refused. In the meantime, I think a New York Times writer, a journalist, I think that was a New York Times journalist that's stationed in Belgium, she sued to get these text messages and she won. So the court said, Ursula von der Leyen, you have to give up the text messages, okay? Which is great. But the EU is saying, well, guys, we know that you asked for the text messages before and we just refused. And we assumed you were probably going to sue over it, and maybe you would win. So in order to protect ourselves, we got rid of all the messages. Well, guess who might also have the messages? Albert Bourla, the CEO of Pfizer. So if the EU doesn't have the messages, they should go and get the messages from Albert Bourla. But I bet you that Ursula called him and said, brother, you got to delete these messages, man, because they're about to fuck me over, okay? I've got something to hide, and I need you to help me hide it, right? Because obviously they did some sort of dirty deal together, because if they wouldn't have done a dirty deal, then basically Ursula von der Leyen would have no problem showing the text messages. But again, it's rules for us, but not for them. See, they want to censor us from saying anything. They want to have insight into all our bank information with this stupid CBDC shit they're trying to plan, right? The central bank digital currency, digitale euro, same fucking shit. That we all our whole lives have to be transparent to the rulers. But when we want to see something that our tax money goes to, right? Because we paid for those shots. It's not like the EU has their own money. We pay tax money so they can pay the EU with it, right? And so we paid for those shots ourselves. If we pay for the shots, we should have some say in how much we pay for those shots and if we really want to pay that much for them, you know? But it doesn't work like that. So we have to make our whole lives transparent, where we spend our money, how we spend our money. We have to prove that we're not corrupt. We have to prove that we're not laundering money or working black or whatever. They have to know every fucking detail, like the Stasi Germany people, right? They have to know everything. But if Ursula von der Leyen has to answer to the people, and the people want to know, let's see those text messages, bitch, right? And she can just say no. And when she said no, right afterwards, she apparently got her cronies and her people, just like Hillary Clinton did, to just delete it all. And now their excuses, well, they're gone. They're gone. You know what I mean? They're somewhere in the archives. We can't go through. You can't expect us to go through all the archives of all the text messages and find those ones from Ursula von der Leyen and Albert Bourla. Now, come on, guys. That's ridiculous. You people are crazy. You expect too much of us. We don't really do anything except for, you know, push the public into a certain direction with woke moral finger wagging. That's what we do at the EU, right? So now, what's going to happen, right? What's going to happen? Is she going to actually have to dig up these text messages and turn them over? Probably not, right? Okay, let's say a judge, because she's going to obviously, she also gets the chance to appeal this. So first she says no, then she deletes all the shit. Then a journalist sues, the journalist wins, and now they say, well, it's all gone. And we're going to appeal it. I'm sure they're going to appeal it. Because it's all gone is not going to suffice, right? But if they lose the appeal, then they're going to say, we can't get it back. We can't do it, right? Well, what they could do then is they could do a forensic audit of all of the hardware and software within the EU, especially Ursula von der Leyen's phones. They could do that to Pfizer and Albert Bourla. They could get probably a lot of these text messages, right? If they wanted to actually do a real investigation and use forensic tools to dig up the text messages if they were deleted. They could probably physically do that. I just don't see them doing that. I think that Ursula von der Leyen, just like she got away with it here in Germany as Minister of Defense, is just going to skate by because the investigating bodies that investigate these people are all friends of theirs. They're all in the same clubs. They're all the same people. They all are there not to protect the interest of the people of Europe. They are there to protect each other's interest. And if that wasn't the case, they wouldn't be acting like this, right? There would be many more heads rolling in the European Union when things of corruption came up, things of stuff like that came up. I mean, Ursula von der Leyen's been under investigation over this Pfizer shit for fucking, I don't know, since COVID started. We're like 5 years on now, and the investigation's like still going, but she's still the president of the EU Commission, which is completely insane to me, right? If you're a cop that's being investigated for corruption, they don't go, well, you can just keep being a cop, and in a couple of years we'll figure it out. No, they suspend you, right? They suspend you. You're on suspension. Maybe you get paid suspension, maybe not. Nope. These kings and queens, self-proclaimed kings and queens, by the way, they get all the special treatment, right? They get all the special treatment. So to think Now we can hope, I hope, that there are still some people with integrity in these positions that could do something about Ursula von der Leyen, right? I really hope there is. But I don't think there is, right? I don't think there is. I think it's all a political theater show. I think the journalist won because the courts know in the end they're not going to get these text messages, right? So they're going to throw the people a bone and say, look, we're fair. The journalist won. So Ursula von der Leyen has to produce the text messages. Like, we did our job, guys. But if Ursula von der Leyen just gets to get away with it by saying, yeah, I lost in court, but I don't have the messages anymore. I'm like Hillary Clinton, who also got away with the same shit, right? Hillary Clinton had a server in her house that was illegal, which she kept classified information on. And when the investigation got too close, she broke all her phones with a hammer, got rid of all the evidence, deleted everything, with bleach bit software, and nothing happened to her. You know what I'm saying? She's still a free woman. She's still able to walk around. Hell, she tried to run for president after that shit. You know what I mean? And she almost won if it wasn't for Donald Trump. Yeah, bitch. Fuck Hillary Clinton, the fucking cunt of a woman. Horrible cunt. Really. Ugh. Can you imagine being married to that bitch? Wow. No wonder Bill Clinton fucks everything that moves, except for Hillary Clinton. Come on, guys. It's a big farce, right? It's a big farce. The people have to show up at the gates with pitchforks before anything ever will happen to any of these people, right? Olaf Scholz, Cum-Ex scandal, nothing happened. Nothing, you know what I'm saying? And if it was any one of us, any regular person, it'd be like, you'd be in jail, there would be big penalties. I mean, look at the people that went to jail over COVID shit, right? COVID shit, okay? Not wearing a mask or holding a protest, you know what I mean? People went to jail over that shit, right? But these people can get away with the mega corruption with your money, and they just walk. And Ursula von der Leyen is probably going to walk away with this, no problem. And before the people get too pissed off about it, it's going to take the people to basically, like I said, show up at the gates with pitchforks and demand these people fuck off and vote the right people into office. Vote the AfD into office here in Germany. That's what you guys got to do. I say it almost every video. Vote the AfD into office, because they will have the balls to actually stand up on your behalf against this kind of shit, right? But until the people start taking action against these corrupt fucking maniacs, these tyrannical maniacs, right? Nothing's ever going to happen. And when I say action, I don't mean you have to be violent. I don't mean that it has to be necessarily in protest, but keep making your opinion heard. Keep making your voice heard. Check what these people are doing. Keep tabs on what they're doing and call them out at every chance you get. Plus, make the right voting decisions. Look, leftists and fake leftists, like fake conservatives like the CDU party, which Ursula von der Leyen is a part of, they are all they're the cartel parties, like I talked about yesterday. They are cartel parties. They are organizing. There's not any difference between them. They are all organizing together for a common goal. And that common goal is not you, right? That common goal is all kinds of other shit. Common goal is Ukraine. Common goal is fighting the right. Common goal is climate change. All that shit is important to them. But you, as a citizen of these countries in Europe, are not important to them, right? So the left and these wokesters and the people that support this insane shit, climate change policies, the censorship, the fucking tyrannical COVID shit, all those people have to go. And we're lucky enough that we live in countries where we can still vote. So take advantage of it before it's gone, right? Don't waste any more time. Vote AfD if you are in Germany the next chance you get. So whether it's communal voting, vote AfD in every community. When it's state voting, vote AfD for every state. And when it comes down to the Bundestagswahl, the next federal election, you vote AfD, you give them maximum power so that they can exclude all these establishment cartel parties that are basically scheming the system for their benefit and the benefit of their donors and cronies and friends and the things that they feel are important, and stop letting them shit all over you. Ursula von der Leyen is sitting up in her fucking ivory tower laughing at you morons that are out there going, oh, like me, pissed off. I'm pissed off. I'm like, it's crazy that she could be the president of the EU Commission. It should be outlawed. She should be strung up. She should be put in prison. I'm fucking angry, right? And she's just laughing at me. She's like anything's ever going to happen to me, right? And that's how they feel. And they're going to continue to feel like that. They're going to continue to act like that until you and me and people do something about it. So start brainstorming. What can you do as an individual, right? What can you do? Well, you could be a member of the AfD party, for example. You could write columns. You could make videos like I do. You could post more on X. Don't be such a pussy and be afraid that you're going to get sued by some fucking whiny bitch politician that says, oh, you can't criticize me. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. I can criticize you all day. You know what I'm saying? Do it. Don't be a pussy. That's one of the things, right? People in this country need to get a little bit more courage, right? Need to get a little bit more backbone. Need to stop being so government loyal. Because the government is not your friend, right? Just because they have these welfare programs for people who can't hack it, right, doesn't mean they're your friend, right? They are not the friend of the hardworking, regular German people that pay taxes. They're not your friend. If they were, they'd be treating you a shitload differently. Remember that.